Hi, my name is Maria Richardson with Top Wrench Competition in Knoxville, Tennessee. Enjoy this next episode of Bulldog Builds.
Welcome back. This week we've got more footage for the 48 as well as some other projects that students are working on. Right now we're coming to you from Powell, Tennessee at the Good Wrench competition where we brought that 4-cylinder engine that you saw me leaning on last week, so we've got some information about that for you as well. Hope you enjoy this week's episode.
We had a small rusted section in the frame. We cut it out, then cut out a repair piece. Come on! After final fit, we welded it in place. Afterwards, we ground it to make it look like it was part of the frame.
So we're going to be taking our Suburban down to Tennessee with our students for the competition. You can hear how bad that idler bearing is. So we're replacing the idler, the tensioner, and putting a new belt on it before the trip.
More? Sit. In finishing up the Subaru, we put in the radiator and cooling fans. And torqued the exhaust.
So our SEMA Jeep is getting loaded on transport and getting ready to head out to Las Vegas. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm also very glad to see it go. We will run into it again in a few days when the engine team and myself get out to SEMA. Because of all the corrosion, we used a puller to separate the hub from the steering knuckle.
Yeah, you take that one.
Yeah, I got it.
Shut up.
There we go.
Yeah, the back of your neck ain't helping my video.
Sorry. He just...
Move this axle out of the way. Move it like that. You're gonna feed that through there. Alright. slowly, okay? Good.
Oh! You gotta do it
Do it
again.
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 Force it.
So getting back to the engine that I referenced earlier, there's an organization down in Tennessee that puts on a competition every year that we've been going to. They know that we are heavily involved in the Hot Rodders of Tomorrow Engine Challenge, so they asked me if I'd be willing to help put together an engine task for them. So the engine in front of me, we're taking apart, getting it cleaned up so that we can use it as demonstrations. We're going to be down in Tennessee in a couple of days, myself and some of my students, and we're going to again do demonstrations with this to instructors and students from other schools so they can see what the future of this competition could bring. I'd like to thank Mr. Steve Stern from LKQ. Not only are they an engine team sponsor of ours and a SEMA Jeep build sponsor of one of ours, but they were kind enough to donate 5 identical engines that we could use for this task. One of the engines will remain here with us, the one that we're cleaning up to take for demonstrations. The other 4 will be taken to Tennessee and they will remain there with the competition committee people, and then they can decide if some of the engines will get donated back out to some of the needier schools that might need it for demonstration purposes and practicing. But anyway, we're going to have this engine cleaned up and down in Tennessee in a couple of days. Hopefully I'll have some of that footage to share with you as part of the demonstration that we're doing for those guys down south. Cover off of it, and they're going to remove the head. Now, the removal of the head is a reverted torx head bolts for this thing, and for the competition, even though they're going to be using just a half-inch impact to pull them out, because they haven't torqued it back together. But in the competition, you would detorque it in the correct sequence, like you're supposed to. Then you can use an impact after that. This one would be a little bit different. They would judge you a little bit on your skill set and what you're actually doing, but then there also would be a written portion of it where you would write down measurements. Okay, things that you would be able to do one of the half of it, not be able to do the other, and you won't have done it correctly. So for example, you could be the best, you can tear them down and put them together correctly all you want to, but you can't measure. So what they might do, my ideas would be to pull the piston out, take off the top ring, put it back in the cylinder, measure ring and gap that way. Again, do your measurements with the piston and the cylinder wall. They could also set it up where the cams would go back into it, and you'd have to set the cam time, okay, on the dual cam engine. So there's a lot of different variations that they could do with it. I know that the future for them, they're looking to do a system competition. 3 of these guys here are part of the project would be that they might have a team of 5 or 6 people. Have 2 on the top end, 2 on the bottom end, 2 doing the front, and then basically doing the entire engine. They take every part and put it together. So it's kind of almost very instructive for them. A lot of this stuff with you, or they will if they haven't already, with engine measuring, taking things apart, putting them back together, using proper torque sequences and procedures. Remember, it's about detorquing the head before you remove any of the bolts and checking the squareness. And when putting it back together, it's also about they're going to be looking for
50 foot-pounds, you go to 15, and that to the engine, because we're not going to put back in the car right here.
Okay. So that's pretty much it. Again, that's top wrench supposed to do.
I think we're on the list.
Good. It was a 2014 Ultima. Is what the engine is. And LKQ donated 5 of them. The local guy near me. Y'all have LKQs down here, I'm sure, they're countrywide. But they gave me 5 engines to give the top wrench. We're keeping this one for ourselves so we can pack this one too. Yeah, I don't know. I wish they were asking me advice on how they determine who got them.
You don't need to do the whole bottom. All right, go ahead and fire it back up. Got it. Oh, good. You don't have to do that.
Next time on Bulldog Builds, we'll be coming to you from Las Vegas at the SEMA show, where we'll see our Jeep again, along with some of the sponsors, and a lot of other cool things to share with you. See you next week.